I mean, Ichiban's was probably worse, but yeah, they were pretty similar. Especially when it comes to saying what mattered most to me.
I figured as much.
What makes you say that?
I've spent a lot of time with Kasuga in Hawaii. His awkwardness aside, I do admire his passion. And by now, after having a few drinks with you, I can imagine what sort of date you went on and what you guys talked about. I'm sure he was spinning his wheels, trying so hard to convince you. Unfortunately, every point he made to win you over all meant the same thing to you. That there won't be a single con. And that wasn't what you wanted to hear when he was proposing, was it? But you can't bring yourself to tell him that you wanted to hear something else. Because of that, you spent all this time not talking to him.
You really think so? Actually, maybe you're right. Maybe that's what this is all about.
I can't answer that question for you. But I do have one piece of advice. Nobody knows when their life will be over. One day, you might be told your days are numbered.
Oh, Kiryu-san.
When you're young, you think you have all the time in the world. But the clock's ticking. I don't recommend you end things the way they are. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Kiryu-san.
No need to thank me. That was just the ravings of an old man.
If you say so. You know, I really loved my grandpa, so you can keep going on about the good old days if you want.
Hey now, I was just being modest there. Don't actually treat me like any other old man.
Yes, sir. Anyway, I'll slow down so we can take our time drinking. Come on, how about a toast?
To what?
Let's see. To this very moment, to enjoy the rest of our lives to the fullest.
Not bad. I'll drink to that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kiryu-san.
I actually slept well last night. そんな目で見てんじゃねえよ。
To most people, this is just another bridge over a dirty river. It's more than that to me, though.
Yeah? Well, I think anything can hold sentimental value, depending on what it means to you.
I've spent a lot of time just standing here, watching garbage float downriver. When I do that, it's like I'm seeing time go by, and it keeps going, no matter what. It's almost telling me, don't waste your time feeling down. I have to keep looking forward.
This too shall pass. It's a good lesson to learn, even from garbage, Nanba.
I'm being serious here, come on. I've been all the way to Hawaii now, but this spot still means the most to me. Ichiban and I met near here, too. So, I thought it was only right to share it with you as well.
Nanba. Thank you. I appreciate what this means to you. And I'm humbled that you'd take me here.
Well, nobody ever said that being my friend's a rewarding investment. At least we can afford moments like this. Oh, hey, why don't we take a picture together? To remember today.
I doubt I'm likely to forget this, but... Alright, let's.
Thank you for that. You're a good friend, Kiryu-san.
You too, Nanba. I'm counting on you.
Good warm-up.
I'm not a loser!
It's over!
What the?
Pretty bold of you.
They didn't
Hell
stand a
yeah.
chance.
It's so good. I just love how creamy they make them.
You come here pretty often?
Oh, not too often. This place is still pretty new after all. It's not like I've been coming here my whole life or anything.
That right? Well, either way, it's a good spot.
Isn't it? My first time here was with Ichiban and Adachi-san and the gang. We were just checking it out. I might not have even come in if not for them. I kind of have a hard time trying new places.
I see. Well, it's hard to have a bad time at your favorite spot. But you can also make new discoveries with your friends. I wouldn't have this nice latte if not for you.
Yeah, that's true. The guys would drag me to all sorts of new places.
Huh. I used to have a good friend who'd do the same thing. He really opened my eyes to the world. Having friends like that can make your world that much bigger. Treasure every moment.
And your friend? Are they... You know what? Never mind. You're right. Every moment.
I guess I derailed our cafe conversation a little bit. Sorry.
No, not at all. I love learning about you, Kiryu-san, so I'm always happy to hear more.
About me? Well, alright. I could always introduce myself.
Introduce yourself? At this point, you're making this sound like a date.
Huh? I suppose you're right.
You know, you're pretty funny, Kiryu-san. Oh, I know! Why don't we take a picture? Taking pictures at fancy cafes is really trendy, you know.
Sure, that's fine, but aren't you supposed to do that before you drink your latte?
Oh. Well, let's just forget about the rules for a sec. All right, here goes. Not exactly a masterpiece, but the memory's there, right? Let's keep spending time together, whether that's talking, walking, or taking more pictures, okay?
Yeah, looking forward to it. That's nostalgic.
Yes, well done. You're all doing an excellent job carrying out Shure Pipi. Can you feel yourself accumulating even more kulipas? Just hang in there for a little longer. Now, do you understand? This is true Shure Pipi. Then, with hearts full of naught but gratitude, let us all utter a prayer of thanks. Heptonost. To those of you watching at home, I am Munon Suzuki, and I once took the world by storm. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about me. Yes? Did you need something? Apologies, but I'm currently in the middle of recording.
Fine then. I won't beat around the bush. Are you the Munan Suzuki?
Oh, you know who I am? Oh, well, that pleases me greatly. But yes, indeed. I am the one and only Munan Suzuki himself. Would you care to join us in practicing Shurei Pippi?
What's your angle here? Are you trying to spread the teachings of Munan Shohei Donast again?
Pardon me, but might I ask who you are? Were you a victim of the Order's scheme, or...?
No, not exactly.
Well, if you're here to make a mockery of me, then please excuse me. As I've said earlier, we are in the middle of recording.
So you're finding folks online to convert. I heard you were done with that sort of thing.
Seems you know quite a bit about me, but I'm afraid you have the wrong idea. This isn't about proselytizing.
Really now? You say that, but what you're doing here looks pretty suspect to me. I can't stand back and watch if more people are being conned into joining a cult.
Well, I'm used to people calling me a sham. I certainly don't blame you for not looking the other way. But rest assured, I no longer pose the same threat you assume I do.
Hey, Munan! What's the holdup? Teach us more about Shurei Pippi.
Munan, over here! Am I getting more kulipas? Shurei Pippi! Shurei Pippi!
See those people? They are merely looky-loos who came to observe a viral internet sensation, and not true believers of Munan Chohept Onast. They have only gathered here today because they find me a funny man, not because they worship me as a guru.
Then what's the point of these videos?
Well, you see,
Oh, found it. The batshit guru of the bullshit religion. What, you think you'll trend?
Oh, what now?
I thought they put you in the slammer for fraud. Shit, man, don't tell me you're brainwashing little kids now.
You guys don't have a damn clue, do you? Not a single damn clue about how many lives this phony ruined in the past.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry, I'm just gonna get going now.
Hey, you know these guys?
I don't, no. But I get harassed by people like them fairly often. Anyone and everyone can watch my videos after all. They must be aware of my past transgressions, and as such, in their minds, they are the ones exacting justice.
The Order of Munan Chohept Onast, was it? The hell are you thinking, spreading videos of this shit?
Your anger is not misplaced, but please understand, this is how I intend to atone for my sins. So, good sirs, would you kindly leave me be? I assure you I shall neither disturb the public nor stir up unrest.
If you didn't want to kick up trouble, then shitty influencers like you shouldn't even exist in the first place. So you want to atone, do you? And how about you go kill yourself? Go jump in front of a train.
Yeah, the ocean's close too. At least you make yourself useful and feed the fishes.
You're saying you usually have to deal with this? Then why upload these videos? You're only attracting more attention.
Hey, stay out of this, pal. We ain't through with him, not yet. So hurry up and get lost already.
You see, the point of my videos is to explain the methods that I myself have once employed as the leader of a cult. And I hope that by uploading them online, they'd be of aid to someone.
What do you mean?
The Shurei Pippi practice just now is an example of exerting pressure. When faced with a group performing the same action, an individual will feel forced to conform. Shurei Pippi takes away an individual's ability to think for themselves, and how well they perform is reflected as points we call kulipas. By doing so, we can rank the devotees and tell them that the only way to accumulate more Kulipas is by offering rinchos. In other words, paying titherants, tithes. That's how a cult rakes in large sums of donations. If I can spread the word about these practices, then new and emerging cults won't be able to prey on innocent people. Some viewers have even commented on my videos, saying they helped them see through a scam.
Bullshit! You're just an ex-convict bragging about your crimes for the views. You think we'd let that slide?
I make practically nothing from my videos, and what meager amount I do earn, I donate to a support group for the victims. There is no end to my atonement.
I see. So that's what you've been doing.
Seriously, old man? Talk about gullible. This guy's a con. No doubt he's making this shit up as he goes, dumbass. He's a threat to society, and it's only right we make an example out of him.
I trust Munan Suzuki's word. Excuse me for being gullible.
Damn it! Let go of me, asshole!
Return this man's tripod and apologize. If you want to rave about justice, then at least keep your own manners in check.
Cult guru strikes again. Took no time at all for him to brainwash another sucker. I don't get how people flock to you. You sick fucks give me the creeps!
Bring it on!
Let's do it. Try to block this. Looking for a show. Huh?
Here we go.
You picked the wrong opponent. There's more where this came from. Yes!
Excuse me, but would you happen to be Kiryu-san? We first met in Onomichi, correct? Where we dismantled the cult together, you and I. You've changed quite a bit since then. I apologize for not recognizing you right away.
Sorry, but you got the wrong guy. My name's not Kiryu.
What? It's not? That's a little strange.
What is?
When I said I was atoning for my past sins, you believed me even though you had no reason to. You could have told me I was just all talk, considering the fact that I did time for fraud. But if you were Kiryu-san, then it makes sense why you'd trust my word. When you helped me bring down the cult in Hiroshima, you gave me the push I needed to walk the straight and narrow. I've only gotten this far thanks to you. Do you happen to remember, Kiryu-san? What you said before we went our separate ways?
Again, I'm sorry, Munan Suzuki-san. You've got the wrong guy. I should go now.
Wait, please, Kiryu-san! It is you, isn't it? For us to have met here of all places, it must have been divine intervention. How do I appear to you now? Do you believe I truly am atoning for my sins?
If there really is a divine being out there, I'm sure he'd be lenient on a guy who faces his sins head on.
So it really is you, Kiryu-san. That's the exact same thing you said the last time we parted ways.
Sorry, Munan Suzuki. This is all I can do for you right now. Good luck.
さ、来週のライブのチェック。取れたってマジ？
Not a scratch.
No. Is this where?
The Seiryu set up shop? Yep. I'm sure it's hard to swallow, seeing your clan's former headquarters like this.
Guess it must have gone vacant after the Great Dissolution. Now here they are, the new owners.
Ijincho's just not big enough for them anymore. That's how fast the Seiryu clan's growing. It's like they're quietly taking over. Hearing about it's one thing, but seeing it in person's another.
Kiryu-san?
Unbelievable. The symbol of the Tojo clan, falling into the hands of outsiders. To think I'd live to see the day.
Let's go. Standing around won't get us any closer to the boys in charge.
Kiryu-san, maybe hang back for now. If you get caught here, it's all over. The same for Sunny, I suppose. Guess it's up to me to sort this out. Hey, good day to you. My name's Nanba. I heard Sawashiro-san might be around.
Can I help you with something?
Oh, well, you see, Sawashiro-san and I go way back. He actually paid for my trip to Hawaii the other day, so, I thought I'd swing by and say thanks.
Nobody told me he was taking any appointments. Now kindly get gone.
Oh, don't be like that. What's wrong with popping in and saying hello? Besides, there's something important we need to ask him.
Look, I can't let you through. And I already told you why.
Oh, come on. Well, then how about you set me up a meeting with Ebina-san? You know, your captain? Why, me and him were having a chat just the other day. All you gotta do is tell him Nanba's here.
What part of no don't you understand? You're trying to get yourself killed, pal?
I'm Narasaki, lieutenant of the Seiryu clan. Seems here there was a slight misunderstanding. Allow me to set things straight.
Finally, someone who can talk some sense.
I have instructions from Captain Ebina. You're all to be welcomed as our guests. He also said there's no need to ask your name.
Really, Narasaki-san? You're gonna take him in?
They say the newbies don't know jack shit, but I didn't think it was this bad. How could anyone not recognize you? I'd like to personally apologize for this dimwit.
I want to talk to Sawashiro. Where is he?
You'll see him soon enough. But first, please come in.
Allow me the pleasure of welcoming you. It's truly an honor. I am Sawashiro of the Seiryu clan.
Didn't expect you to roll out the red carpet.
My apologies if we caught you off guard. However, we felt it was necessary. After all, with the Tojo clan and the Omi alliance now gone, it falls on us to become the banner for Yakuza all over the country. Such a task requires the utmost prestige. It's perhaps the only way to bring them all together.
Right. So line up the troops and have them stare down your guests. That's your idea of prestige.
You'll have to forgive us. Well, there's little use in standing around out here. Captain Ebina is waiting for you inside. If you follow Narasaki, he'll lead you straight to him.
I don't need a guide.
Is that right? So your mind's still intact, huh? Glad to hear at least that's still worth a damn.
I'm sorry, what? Do you know who you're talking to?
Hey, take it easy, Sachan.
We can keep this up if you really want to. But fair warning. If you're just testing your luck, pick another day. I don't have time for games.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Ah.
Excuse me.
Ho-ho.
Right.
Excuse me.
It's you.
Okay.
Well now, maybe I should have led you here after all. I was starting to think you got lost.
Shut your mouth. If I needed you around, I'd have said so.
The Tojo clan's 4th chairman. I can only assume you don't care much for what we've done with the place. However, you should know this building was all but left to rot. We took it upon ourselves to restore it.
I take it you're Ebina?
I am. And I presume you're familiar with Sawashiro-san?
Yeah. Although, I've never seen him with the same pin twice. You're supposed to be behind bars. But I see that's not the case.
I'm flattered you've heard of me. It's quite an honor, Kiryu-san.
Go on. Take a seat.
Kiryu-san?
I can only hope you're willing to talk. But maybe you ought to find a different chair first.
What? Excuse you?
That chair belongs to the head of the Tojo clan, and no one else. Take my word for it. A lot of blood's been spilled over just the chance to sit where you are now. Maybe you don't mean any offense, but you're not even close to earning that spot. And I'll be damned if I play along.
Bastard! You better watch your fucking words!
It's all right, Narasaki.
Captain.
This was to be expected. In fact, I'd want nothing less from a man of his stature. Let's try this again. Please, make yourself comfortable.
Now then, shall we get started, Kiryu-san?
I see the Seiryu clan's grown quite big. With all the Yakuza left behind, it's no surprise. And your goal is to help them along?
Yes. As I'm sure you're aware, the civilian world is far from forgiving to our kind.
Okay, but what about all those people who were able to make it, yet you pulled them right back in? Sunhee here has plenty of data to back that up.
Perhaps that data's oversimplified. There's rarely, if ever, a smooth transition back to society. What a Yakuza needs more than anything is structure, stability, and the means to make a living. So for them to join our clan is a temporary measure on that road to rehabilitation.
Want to know what else I hear? That you're moving operations to Hawaii.
You have keen ears. Queen of the Komi Jewel indeed. At any rate, you could say we're blessed to have a business partner there.
Business partner?
Not sure if you would know, Kiryu-san. Our biggest source of income right now is storing waste that can't be disposed of. However, I can't take any credit for that idea. Someone else had thought it up, and they'd been doing it in Hawaii long before I met them. That would be Palekana, a local religious group.
What? Palekana?
They're also the ones who helped Akane-san escape to Hawaii 40 years ago. I take it you've already heard of them.
You could say that.
If I can step back a moment. I needed Sawashiro's reputation in order to set the second great dissolution into motion. And while he was still behind bars, he confided in me one of his deepest regrets. That was, of course, about Akane-san. As such, the more I learned, the more interest I developed in the group that brought her to safety. And as I dug deeper, I learned about their waste management business. There's a special island Palekana owns where they run a facility quite similar to ours.
You must mean Nele Island. Is that where Palekana stores its garbage?
That's right. And when I reached out to them, they were extremely generous with their knowledge. They understood our objective as cleansing the sins of society, and even offered to take in former Yakuza on our behalf.
So you're saying all the fresh new faces in the Seiryu clan are getting sent to Nele Island?
Correct. Everything that's happening in our Yokohama warehouse is simply a precursor to that. Right now, our joint venture with Palekana is our top priority.
But I thought Nele Island was sacred to them. I hear only a select few of their followers are allowed to set foot there. Yet you plan to dump your Yakuza on their shores?
I see you've done your homework. But yes, we've already worked out the details together. Besides, all our men will be doing is transporting the cargo by sea and unloading it off the boat. As it were, they'd hardly be leaving footprints in the sand. A far cry from desecrating their holy land, wouldn't you say? Palekana understands this as well.
Never guessed religion and the underworld would ever go hand in hand. Aside from that, why'd you send Kasuga over to Hawaii?
I sent Ichi to Hawaii for one thing. To reunite with Akane-san, who said she wanted to meet him. So whatever becomes of it, it's got nothing to do with the Seiryu clan.
Sawashiro, are you aware of what's happening to Akane-san right now?
What do you mean?
She's being hunted down by gangsters, all on Polykhana's orders. But their real target is the girl she has with her. And if they're caught, they won't make it out alive.
Impossible.
Is that true, what you just said?
I take it neither of you knew?
I can assure you we did our due diligence in researching them. After all, they're integral to the Second Great Dissolution.
So you're saying we're making this up?
I'm saying flinging words at each other would be pointless. Do you have any proof you can show us?
Well...
That said, this is coming from none other than Kiryu-san. We don't mean to make light of that. How about you give us some time? We'll look into Polykhana once again.
What would you do if Polykhana turns out just like what I told you?
I'd rather not make any speculations at the moment. As the Tojo clan 4th chairman, I'm sure you, of all people, understand the weight of a Yakuza's words.
I see. And if that's your stance, I think we're done here.
Thank you for the visit, and for the valuable information. Perhaps when things settle down, we can treat you to dinner.
Yeah. Let's hope that's possible.
Well, we sure showed their asses. Can't believe you got Sawashiro acting on his best behavior.
Seriously. And even though we were deep in Yakuza territory, I didn't feel scared one bit.
I don't know. Doesn't feel like we got much out of it.
No? But didn't we at least learn that the Seiryu clan's connected to Polykhana?
Right. But we're still left to wonder whether Ebina really knows what Bryce is up to. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I suppose.
By the way, you think up anything else for the bucket list? You didn't forget about it, did you?
No, I remember. And you know what? Maybe it's because I haven't been to HQ in a while. But I just thought of something important.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it might not be the fun activity you were thinking. But I want to pay my respects to some people who were close to me.
You know, I think that's terrific. Mind if we come along?
I'd be grateful if you did. Might get a little gloomy without some company.
I'm happy to hear you think of us that way. We'll do everything we can to support you, Kiryu-san.
I know you will. Thanks.
Then let's go. I trust you know the way?
Yeah, let's catch a taxi. Sorry to drag you all out here. Let's say we head back.
You're all done?
Yeah. I managed to clean up their gravestones and talk to them a bit about my life.
If I can ask, who were these people?
Well, they're my family. Of course, none of us are blood related, but it's never been about that. And it doesn't make them any less precious. Every time I come here, I get this strange feeling. I've always been the type to rush in and never think ahead. So I assumed if anyone was gonna die first, it'd be me. Yet here I am now, talking to them, even though they're long gone.
Hear you, son.
I come to pay my respects for the first time in forever, and who do I see? Almost like Kazuma himself had a hand in it.
Date-san.
Long time no see. Gonna guess your buddies there are safe.
Oh, yeah.
An acquaintance of yours, Kiryu-san? Wait, doesn't this mean your cover's blown?
No. He's good. If anyone's aware of anything, it's him.
I take it you must be Detective Date?
And that would make you Sunhee, the so-called face of Ijincho. Never could stay away from trouble, could you?
I think we'll be heading back, Kiryu-san. You look like you got some catching up to do.
Appreciate that.
Hey, no worries. You fellas enjoy.
Sorry, didn't mean to scare off your new pals. But hey, what are the chances? I say we catch up on old times. That is, if you've got time.
Sure.
Been so long since the two of us have had a sip, I figured it ought to be here. And speaking of a sip, that one's all you get. Meanwhile, I'll be helping myself to the bar.
Greedy old drunk? You sure Mama won't mind?
Just so happens today's her day off.
Then I guess we'll leave it at that. Thanks.
You're getting thin. I admit that caught me off guard.
Really? You can tell that easy, huh?
Well, yeah. When it comes to studying you, I hold a Guinness World Record. So, is it that bad?
Yeah. And when the doctor found out I was running around like this, he nearly burst a vessel.
Let me guess. More nonsense from the Daidoji faction.
In Hawaii, there was a girl who reminded me of Haruka. Her name's Lonnie. She's just an innocent kid. Yet here she is, running for her life. All for some asshole's convenience. I can't help but want to save her.
Sounds like something you'd say. Always putting your neck out for others, aren't you?
Well, with the clock ticking, I'm supposed to be enjoying my final moments. At least according to Namba and them.
Sure. You've never been the type to look after yourself.
Well, there's been a lot on my mind, now that it's come to this. Looking back, I almost didn't make it. When Nishiki and Yumi died, I thought, if only I could go with them. But what stopped me in the end was actually something you told me.
I said something that important?
You know damn well you did. Don't you have someone precious to protect? I figured that must be what's pushing me still.
In that case, you can't clock out just yet. After all, you want to protect that kid, right?
Yeah.
Then now's the time you get back your gusto. Still free to stick around a while?
Come on. How long has it been? I'm sticking around whether you like it or not.
That's the spirit.
Welcome back, Kiryu-san. Hey, how much were you drinking?
Not much. Only had one glass.
So was everything okay with your friend?
Yeah. What's more, we agreed to meet up every now and again, like back in the day. Hope that's all right.
Of course it is. Just don't go overboard with the booze, okay?
Yeah, I know.
You sure about that? I don't want to find you passed out somewhere.
I see you're not gonna go easy on me. Fine. You have my word.
Well, that's that. We should head back to Kasuga's apartment